Well, I reviewed Michael Bay's Six Underground. It's only fair I review Richard Jewell. Perfectly balanced, as all things should be. You know the drill. Richard Jewell. That was a Thanos snap earlier. Whatever. So Richard Jewell is directed by Clint Eastwood. It's the true story of Richard Jewell. During the Olympics in 1996 in Atlanta, there was a bombing, and there was a hero that found the bomb, took action, saved a lot of lives. That was Richard Jewell. After the bombing incident, he was a hero, and then he was the FBI's prime suspect. Then the press found out he was a suspect, and then ran with the story, and then that's when it gets shitty for him. This is the true story of that guy. Now, first of all, Clint Eastwood, I'm 50-50 on. He's either hit or miss with me. This is one of the hits. I liked Richard Jewell. I really enjoyed it. I'm glad you get to see Richard Jewell's side of it, but also I liked everyone in the movie. First of all, Paul Walter Hauser as Richard Jewell. I don't know what Paul Walter Hauser's like. I don't really know what Richard Jewell is like, but he so naturally conveys this persona of this person who's just, he's a nice dude. He's a nice guy who wants to do good. He wants to do the best he can. I have met and known people like him, and they are so that guy that I gotta say the actor is either like that or he's getting an Oscar. Tell me he's British. Is he British in real life? If he's British, oh wow, wouldn't that be the best? I gotta call perfect casting on this one. But it's also him and Sam Rockwell. They're dynamic. They work really well together. Sam Rockwell plays the lawyer that he gets is like, all right, I'll help you out. They have history, you know, so he wants to help this guy out. But Richard Jewell is just, he's so willing to help the FBI hang him, but he doesn't realize it. He's like, well, I just want to cooperate with law enforcement. I want to cooperate with the US government. That's what a good citizen does. And Sam Rockwell's like, stop talking. I'll do the talking. Stop it. It's actually quite amusing to see the dynamic between those two. I don't mind saying it. It makes the movie for me. Also, Kathy Bates as Richard Jewell's mom. I thought she was really good. John Hamm is the lead FBI agent coming after him. Olivia Wilde was really good. It's funny, she has the most personality in the movie, but her personality is very abrasive, and I'm like, was the person actually like that? Then you hear they got it wrong. There was some controversy surrounding that. Possible misinformation in the movie. Someone gives her information. She's like, okay, let's have sex. Kind of reminds me of James Cameron in Titanic. You know, there's that guy in Titanic and he shot somebody and then he shoots himself in the head. But that was a named person who worked on the Titanic. So the family was really pissed. They're like, nothing says he killed somebody and then killed himself. Where's that? Saw James Cameron say if there's something he could change in Titanic, that would be it. You want to get it right if you're making a biopic, but when you're making a biopic about someone who got it wrong, you want to get it right. I do find it interesting that that's the thing people are pissed about, because the FBI agents do some really shady shit in this movie. It's like, okay, so no one's pissed about that. Does that mean that actually happened? Did they try to trick Richard Jewell into signing a confession? Did they try to trick him into that phone call and recording the phone call? Like, did that happen? There is a point in this movie where I felt like the movie, I was like, okay, now you feel a little long. It's true, you could have trimmed a little bit off this movie, but I didn't regret it. It's not like I walked out going, oh, the movie was so long. No, I really enjoyed it, and I felt like it was a very timely message. It's good that we're seeing the story of the past, but also it points to us in the present. I mean, the media, before they run a story like this, they have to know that they're going to drag someone, so they better be sure. And it's something I grew up knowing that the media just knew, but more and more lately, that seems to be less of a priority. And this isn't a review on the media, so I'll keep this brief, but I'm not an analyst on it. This is just my perspective, but what I have noticed is when people see clips of stories and news videos, they probably watched the YouTube version of it or watched it on Twitter. Point is, likes, retweets, views. So online video entertainment and news just kind of became indistinguishable from each other, which means the news media is chasing clicks like the rest of entertainment on YouTube. I just think that's playing a very dangerous game when your job is to inform the public, but a big part of your circulation and viral presence comes from operating on YouTube, a website that lends itself to, okay, get people to click. No matter what. Playing with fire. But also Richard Jewell's an important message to us, the people. Because also back in 1996, the news was the one with that power. They were Superman. They had the power and the responsibility. That power being the power of information and voice. The news could and can end a career or make a life much harder for someone based on a story they put out there. They could be Superman or Homelander, hope they were Superman. But then social media, and now we all have that superpower. The Richard Jewell thing, we have the power to do that to people. Point the finger online. We can send a mob people's way. We have the power now to be Superman or Homelander. That is a lot of power. And I'm just saying, Homelander thinks he's Superman. I like that. I like when I walk out of a movie and I go, okay, how can it apply to today? Oh wow, it totally does. A story of the past that is echoed in the present. Because honestly, if I'm thinking about it, if this had happened today, I don't know that Richard Jewell would have even survived the social media storm. So I'm glad we got to see a well-acted, well-executed personal story of someone behind this kind of well, we'll call it a shitstorm. I'm just gonna say Richard Jewell is worth watching and worth buying on Blu-ray. All right, so Richard Jewell, have you seen it? What did you think about it? Whatever you thought, comment below, let me know. And as always, if you like what you've seen here and you want to see more, click right here to see more.